If you're over 60 and your legs feel heavy, stiff, or swollen at the end of the day, you are not alone. Most people think this is just a normal part of aging, and they sit down to rest. But resting with your feet flat on the floor might actually be making the heaviness worse. Long before modern compression socks were invented, ancient movement systems used pressure, stillness, and rhythmic control to wake up the body from the ground up. Modern science uses different words: venous return, circulation, and the calf muscle pump. Today, you'll learn 3 forgotten movements that may help drain fluid, ease heaviness, and support better circulation in your legs. And number 1 looks almost too simple, but it may be the exact signal your body has been missing for years. Before we begin, comment your age and where you're watching from. Are you in the United States, Canada, the UK, Australia, or somewhere in Europe? This helps build a community of people choosing strength, balance, and independence after 60. But this is only the first layer. To understand how to fix this, we have to look at what happens inside your legs. After 60, the body usually does not lose strength all at once. It goes quiet in layers. The veins in your legs have tiny valves that push blood and fluid back up to your heart. But when we sit longer, walk less, or stop using the full range of motion in our ankles, the muscles around those veins go to sleep. They stop squeezing. Gravity takes over, and fluid begins to pool in your lower legs, ankles, and feet. That is why a small symptom like tight shoes, puffy ankles, or legs that feel like lead can slowly affect your daily independence and confidence while walking. These movements are not a replacement for medical care. If your swelling is sudden, painful, or only in one leg, seek medical help immediately. But for many seniors, gentle daily movement can be a powerful way to support circulation and mobility. Before you try the first movement, remember, we are not forcing the body. We are sending a signal. 3. The heel pump, known today as seated heel raises. This movement looks almost too small to matter, but for many people over 60, this is where the body begins to wake up. This is not just a leg stretch. This is a rhythmic pressure signal. Ancient movement systems understood that stagnant flow leads to heaviness. They treated the lower body as the root, and when the root became congested, you had to create an internal wave to push the energy back up. Modern anatomy calls this the calf muscle pump. Your calf is often referred to as your second heart. Every time it contracts, it squeezes the deep veins, pushing trapped blood and lymphatic fluid upward against gravity. After 60, sitting in a chair for hours turns this secondary heart off. The fluid settles. To do this movement, sit tall in a chair with both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift both heels as high as you comfortably can, keeping your toes on the ground. Hold that squeeze at the top for 1 second, then slowly lower your heels back down. Do 15 repetitions. Keep the movement controlled. Breathe normally. If it feels easy, press down harder into your toes. If your ankles are stiff, just lift as high as your joints allow. This may help wake up the back of your lower legs and trigger the circulation pathway. This first movement wakes up motion. But motion alone is not enough to clear the fluid completely. We need to activate the front of the leg. And this is where most seniors make a mistake. 2. The reverse flow, also known as seated toe raises. The next movement goes deeper. This is not a traditional fitness exercise. It is the missing half of the circulation cycle. Old world movement traditions understood that true flow requires balance. If you only press on one side, the flow is incomplete. Modern science points to the anterior tibialis, the muscle running down the front of your shin. Most people completely forget about this muscle, but activating it completes the pumping action around the ankle joint, pulling fluid away from the top of the foot and the front of the ankle. When this muscle gets weak after 50, not only does fluid trap easier, but you also become more likely to drag your feet and trip. Keep sitting tall. This time, keep your heels planted firmly on the floor and lift all of your toes and the front of your feet up toward the ceiling. Hold for 2 seconds. You should feel a gentle tightening in the front of your shins. Slowly lower them back down. Do 10 to 12 repetitions. If this feels difficult, your shin muscles have likely been quiet for a long time. Start with smaller lifts. This specific isometric activation helps restore balance to the lower leg and supports steadier, more confident walking. Now, your lower leg pump is awake. The muscles are squeezing, but flow still has to fight gravity all day long. That is why number 1 brings everything together. 1. The upward pulse, a supported leg elevation with isometric contraction. And now we come to number 1, the simplest movement on this list, but possibly the most overlooked. Ancient practitioners understood something modern people often forget. Strength does not always mean moving against resistance. Sometimes it means changing your relationship with the ground. This is not just a resting position. This is gravity-assisted nerve signaling. Ancient healers would often reverse the body's position to empty the legs, allowing internal pressure to reset. Modern medicine frequently recommends elevating the legs above the heart to let gravity assist the venous return and lymphatic drainage systems. When you combine gravity with a quiet muscle signal, the result is profound. Lie flat on your back, on your bed, or the floor. Place your lower legs on a stack of 2 or 3 pillows, or rest them gently against a wall if you are mobile enough. Your feet must be higher than your heart. Once in position, do not just lie there. Slowly point your toes away from you, then flex them back toward your face. Do this 20 times. Then, simply rest in this position for 3 to 5 minutes. This ancient foundation movement gives your overworked veins a break. It is the quiet signal that changes how your legs feel the next morning. Stop if you feel dizzy or uncomfortable lying flat. Now, let's turn these ancient-inspired movements into a simple daily routine you can actually follow. Here is the simple daily routine. 1 minute of the heel pump, seated heel raises, while watching TV or reading. 1 minute of the reverse flow, seated toe raises, immediately after. 3 to 5 minutes of the upward pulse before getting into bed at night. That is only a few minutes. No gym, no heavy equipment, just a small daily signal to the circulation pathways that often go quiet after 60. In the first week, you may simply notice more awareness in your lower legs. Your ankles might feel a little less tight, or your shoes might fit slightly better in the evening. By week 2, the signal may feel clearer, and your legs may feel less heavy when standing up from a chair. By week 4, if practiced consistently, these small movements may become part of your body's daily foundation for better circulation. The body does not always need more effort. Sometimes it needs the right signal, repeated gently, every day. Walking is still incredibly valuable, but after 60, walking alone may not always be enough to drain the fluid pooling in your lower legs, especially if your calf pump has gone quiet. These forgotten movements are simple, ancient-inspired, and easy to do at home. The first wakes up the back of the leg. The second completes the pumping cycle. The final one uses gravity to reconnect your circulation. Start gently. Practice daily. And remember, every small movement you do today is an investment in your independence tomorrow. Which movement will you try first? Number 3, number 2, or number 1? Comment below. And if this helped you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone over 60 who wants lighter legs, better balance, and more confidence.